Police have declared a firebombing attack on the Adass Israel Synagogue in Melbourne's southeast last week as a likely terrorist incident. The decision was made at a joint management committee meeting between Victoria Police, the AFP and ASIO this morning. Victoria Police Chief Commissioner Patton said the investigation will be handled by a joint counter-terrorism team as a result of the evidence gathered. Reporter Leanne Wong has the latest from Melbourne.
Today, Victoria Police's Chief Commissioner Patton was questioned over why authorities didn't declare Friday's firebombing as a terror attack then. And he said simply that at that stage, when it was quite early in the investigation stages, they simply didn't meet the threshold for it to be declared a terror attack. Now, over the weekend, as investigations have continued, as authorities have gathered more intelligence, and as they've conducted an assessment of that evidence, he now says that that means that authorities can declare it as a likely terror incident. That decision was made at a joint management committee meeting between Victoria Police, the AFP and ASIO this morning. And that means an investigation will now be handled by counter-terrorism teams from those three bodies. By treating it as a terror attack, well, that means that it unlocks more powers and capabilities for authorities. It also means additional resources can be deployed to the investigation as part of their look into this arson attack. It all comes as pressure has been mounting on authorities to take action. Over the weekend, we saw both the Prime Minister and Opposition Leader Peter Dutton declare Friday's firebombing as a terror attack. Here's what authorities had to say today.
We will now transition the investigation under the umbrella of the Joint Counter-Terrorism Team, which is a joint team ran by the Australian Federal Police and Victoria Police with expertise in these investigations, and we will continue that investigation.
The decision by the Joint Management Committee today to transition the Adass Israel Synagogue fire attack to the Victorian Joint Counter-Terrorism Team is a crucial turning point in this investigation.
Leanne, police also said they're pursuing 3 suspects. What details did they give on that?
Well, police have actually still remained quite tight-lipped over those details. We've known for several days that police have been searching for 3 suspects who are allegedly involved in the attack. Witnesses on Friday said at the time that they witnessed at least 2 people allegedly pouring accelerant in the synagogue on Friday morning before that attack. But beyond that, police didn't really reveal that many more details at today's press conference, though Victoria Police's Chief Commissioner Patton did say upon questioning that police had no prior knowledge before this attack that it would be taking place, and they say at this stage also that there's no evidence of any further attacks on any other places of worship.
And this all comes as the state government is considering new laws to ban protests outside areas of worship.
Yeah, that's right. The Victorian government says it's looking at making changes to the state's laws to ban protests outside places of worship after this attack on the Adass Israel Synagogue. It's understood that the way that this would work would be similar to exclusion zones outside of abortion centres, known as safe access zones, which currently restrict protests from taking place within 150 metres of reproductive health centres. So it's likely that this law, if it came into place, could act in a similar way to create these buffer zones outside places of worship, places like mosques, synagogues and churches. The Victorian government in a statement said that they were considering the changes to laws so that they could ensure that people could exercise their rights to attend places of worship freely without fear, intimidation, harassment or obstruction. So far, this proposed change has already received the backing of former Federal Treasurer Josh Frydenberg, who said that he wanted state premiers across the country to consider making a similar change. Over the weekend, we already saw the New South Wales government announce that it would also investigate similar changes to its laws to restrict protests outside places of worship. The Victorian Premier Jacinta Allen says that she's not ruling anything in or out, but the Victorian government is looking hard at what it can do to ensure that Melbourne's Jewish community feels safer.